Hi, Tom here. Welcome to today's video. Leo, this week feels like something shifts in how you're being perceived. Not in a dramatic spotlight kind of way, but in a way where you can tell something is landing differently. People respond to you a little more. You're noticed a little more. Or something you say, do, or put out actually connects. And that hasn't always been the case lately. There may have been a stretch where it felt like you were putting energy out, and it just wasn't hitting the way it should. Like you knew what you were capable of, but it wasn't fully being recognized. This week feels like that's starting to change. And it doesn't come from forcing attention. It comes from alignment. You showing up as yourself, and it actually being received. And that's the opening. Because Leo doesn't need to chase recognition. When you're in the right energy, it comes to you. And this week feels a lot closer to that. What to look out for this week. Pay attention to where you're being acknowledged. It might be subtle at first. Someone listening more closely. Someone responding more positively. An opportunity coming through because of something you've already done. That's the shift. Also, notice where things feel natural to express. Where you don't have to hold back or second guess how you've come across. That's where your energy is landing properly. And that's where doors are opening. What to stay away from this week. Don't shrink yourself just because things haven't worked recently. That's old energy. You don't need to hold back right now. Also, don't chase attention where it's not being given. If something feels forced, it's not the door. You don't need to prove yourself to the wrong space. The right space will respond without you having to fight for it. And one more thing. Stay away from comparing your progress to anyone else's. That will put you out of your own momentum. This week is about your energy being recognized, not measured. What may be opening for you? This feels like visibility. A chance to step into something where you're actually seen for what you bring. For some of you, this is work or creative. Something that you've been doing starts getting attention. Or an opportunity comes in that lets you express yourself more fully. For others, this is personal. Someone sees you differently. or you feel more confident being yourself without holding back. And that changes how people respond to you. Because when Leo is in that space, you don't need to demand attention. You attract it. There's also something here about confidence returning. Not loud or forced, just there. You don't question yourself as much. You don't hold back as much. You move a little more freely. And that alone opens doors. Because people feel that. Opportunities respond to that. And situations shift when you're not second guessing your place in them. This week isn't about chasing anything. It's about recognizing where you're already being received. And stepping further into that, a door opens. And it leads to a space where you don't have to prove who you are. You just are. And you need to trust that. Before you go, there's something important you should know. These horoscopes are based on Vedic astrology, also known as sidereal astrology. That means we're using the actual positions of the stars in the sky, not the tropical system used in most Western astrology. Because of that, your sun signs here may be different than what you're used to. And that's okay. In Vedic astrology, we don't start with the sun sign. We start with the moon sign, because the moon represents your mind, emotions, and how life is experienced day to day. First, always watch this for your Vedic moon sign. That's where this horoscope will feel the most accurate and personal. Next, I recommend watching for your rising sign, also called your ascendant or lagna. Your rising sign shows how these energies show up in your physical life, your body, your environment, and the situations unfolding around you. Then, you can also watch for your sun sign, which adds insight into your identity, confidence, and sense of purpose during this time. And if love, relationships, creativity, or money are major themes for you right now, I also recommend checking your Venus sign, called Shukra in Vedic astrology, for an extra layer of clarity. For weeks where things feel intense, faded, or life-shifting, it can also be helpful to look at your lunar nodes, Rahu and Ketu. These show where growth is pulling you forward and where old patterns are asking to be released. To find your correct placements, make sure you're using a Vedic or sidereal natal chart, not a tropical one. Once you know your moon, rising, sun, and Venus signs, and optionally Rahu and Ketu, you'll get a much deeper and more complete understanding of what's unfolding. If this message resonated with you, please like the video. It truly helps support this channel and allows these messages to reach the people who actually need them. And if you're enjoying these weekly Vedic horoscopes, consider subscribing so you don't miss future messages for your signs. You are not one sign. You are a system of energies, learning how to work together. Take care and be calm.